actually, it's different than a piece of paper. You got to see it in your mind. And believe me, videos like that. And if you sit down and be natural, and there's little things you can do to practice. You know, you can sit in front of a mirror and talk to the mirror. I know it sounds goofy, but you can talk to a mirror. And when what you're looking at looks like conversation, then you got it down. Then you got the beginnings of it all. You know, then you understand what it's like to relax and simply talk to people instead of, you know, folks. I got to tell you, you really got to, you know, and suddenly you're having a conversation with them. You know, and that's the hard part.
Well,
that's the thing people are freaked out.
It's really great when you have like a camera that has video. And then what I did was, what's funny is one of my very first 1 or 2 videos was I did at Kim's house. And in her backyard, I was watching the house for the weekend. And she's got this beautiful waterfall and this gorgeous backyard. And I'm like, you know, and the idea is, let everybody know that you can be casual and be home and working from home, and you don't have to be all dressed up and everything else. You know what I mean? You're at home, you're working, you're making just as much money as if you wear a suit. Whatever. Well, I mean, you're right. So I went to Kim's. I thought it was a beautiful background. I sat there and I and I set it on the table in front of me, and I had my legs in the pool, and I talked to the camera, and I probably did it 20 times. Watched it and watched it and watched it and watched it, and finally found the one I wanted.
See that? And you were perfecting something, you know. And I mean, when I watched the early My Story marketing stuff that DK did, and he used to walk around with a camera, and can you imagine back then we didn't have flip cameras, we had about a little small mini cam, and he's holding this sucker up. And YouTube used to be where you could go on for 30 minutes if you want to, you know. Now it's just 10 minutes. And you walk around holding this camera like this for about 10 minutes, and your arm gets tired. But the amazing part is how natural he made it sound, and that's what grabbed me. It wasn't the sales pitch, and it wasn't the product. It was the way he made it so natural, and I think that's what we need more. We need that thing as you sit in the pool. That was a natural video. You know, that was you being you.
You know what's funny? Is Kim and I and Rachel, my other girlfriend, you're going to chance to meet her too. Because I just can't be doing this without having my girls with me. Anyway, we go out and we think, and we laugh. Okay, we're just, Jack, you would have a blast with us. Because, you know, we're people watchers, we're talking crap, we're having fun, we're dancing, you know, everything is perfect. And then we think, if we only had a camera and somebody videotaping our night, we are that interesting. And I swear, I mean that from the heart. You know, we're funny girls.
I go everywhere with a camera. I don't leave home without a camera. I carry a little high definition flip with me everywhere I go, or I have another kind of flip here. I carry a camera religiously everywhere I go because I love catching those My Story real natural videos. And I may not use it. I may just come home and store it, you know, use it. Because, you know, we're talking about My Story natural video. But when you get into doing B-roll stuff where you want it in backgrounds and you just take a lot of shots. I live out in the country. So I'll take a lot of shots of, you know, open fields and cows and, you know, vegetation. I'll use that. Maybe I'll green screen and I'll put myself in front of that or something. I did a series earlier called the Green Acres videos when I moved down here to the country. And and I'd use the music, you know, and the whole smear. I mean, for a while there, I was doing all these parodies. I had Beverly Hillbillies. I think I did. I think I also did. All the old shows.
You name them.
Oh yeah, I would redo the music, and I would do the voiceovers on Twilight Zone, or like I said, I would find the shows that I grew up with, you know, which I thought were so special back then, and I would use them because I felt my age group would relate to it because I'm 54 years old, you know, and I'm not the young kids. A lot of these young kids out there, you know, but the thing is, when you've seen 3 or 4 generations of music, it gives you a lot of ideas. You know, it really does, man. You know, so
Oh,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
all about that.
I mean, as a nation, I mean, oh my God, with music, I used to wish. Well, I still do. I wish I had really been a teenager in the '60s instead of being born in the '60s.
Yeah.
But I probably would have had a much better chance at making it as an entertainer because I probably really would have went for it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom didn't push me that way, so I went, you know, towards the athletic way. So I'm pushing my kids now. I mean, if they don't want it in the end, no problem. But I want to introduce it to them while they're young. I want them to be,
Well,
you know, I want to.
you got to teach them.
If they can sing,
You got to teach them. You got to teach them. You got to teach them your tenacity.
yeah, exactly. I mean, people tell me all the time, your daughter's just like you, and I'm like, but I wasn't like that then.
Yeah. Oh, look, I got Strat 326s on. That's a friend of mine here from Treasure Island. That's oh, look at that, man. How you doing there, buddy? That's John DeLellis, man. John is an amazing marketer. Now his thing is all the nuts and bolts. I mean, he's an SEO guy. He's the guy that sits there and will spend an entire weekend writing articles and uploading to his blog. And you know, he's that element. He and I have worked very much. We work very well together because I'm all outside making weird videos and talking to people in strange, eclectic, weird, Bonzoli, Age of Aquarius, you know, hippie stuff. And he's like nuts and bolts. He'll say, "Okay, let me show you how this system really works." You know, I hate those guys. They always tell the truth all the time. You know. You know, it's like, oh man, go in the room, get away from me. You know.